Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira.
Oh shit, on to the next one.
In today's video, we are checking in...
Wait a damn minute.
No, we're not. We're not doing that. In today's video, we're setting up May's budget.
Yes, queen.
May's budget is going to be a very weird one. Both me and my boyfriend got a bonus from work, and it was significant. We work in retail, so we've worked throughout the whole pandemic, and it has been really tough. It's been nothing like the NHS, don't get me wrong, but we have worked really, really hard, and we've been absolutely blessed with a bonus. A bonus is so rare that if I could probably tell you how many bonuses I've had in my 20-year career, it would be on less than one hand. So for us, because this comes around so rarely, what we don't want to do is not budget it and not squander it. When you get a windfall like this, it's really important to make sure that you can account for it, because the worst thing for us would be to turn around in a month's time and say, yeah, what did we do with that bonus? And we have absolutely nothing to account for it. So because of that, we have got a very, very big budget and a huge cash stuffing coming, which I am so excited about. If that is something that interests you, please keep on watching. Okay guys, gals and non-binary pals, we are in my bootleg budget. My bootleg budget is a budget that I've made at home from scratch with stuff that I have lying around the house. And if you want to know how I made this is linked up in the cards. I have started off with a basic budget because I knew I was going to get a certain amount of bonus and my boyfriend as well, but I didn't know what the actual numbers were going to be because of tax and stuff like that. So because of tax, national insurance, student loans, all of that comes out of my account beforehand, I wasn't confident enough to share these numbers just in case I was over budgeting or under budgeting or anything like that. So I do have my final figures, which will change the shape of some of this. Let's start with income. So I am income 1, my boyfriend is income 2. My basic income each month is £2,050 and my boyfriend's is about 1,200, and we tend to budget with that. However, I was awarded a £4,100 bonus and my boyfriend was awarded a bonus that was about £700. Because my bonus was so significant, I breached a certain tax threshold of 20%, and the way the UK works, the richer you are, the more you get taxed, which is absolutely the right thing to do. There's a huge amount of privilege in being given that amount of money, so I will take that all day long. So what my actual pay was, I actually got paid £2,100. My boyfriend's salary ended up being £1,250. Now, here's a bit that you came here for, the bonus. Let's start with my boyfriend. So I budgeted for him to get a bonus of £450, and his bonus was actually £439.38. So a little bit under. And then my bonus was supposed to be £4,100, but once you take out student loan payments, national insurance, tax, all of that, it ended up as £2,230.82. I'm absolutely overjoyed and over the moon with it. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I don't begrudge taxes whatsoever. Okay, so altogether this came up to £6,020.20. I don't think I've ever budgeted with that much money in my life. So if I move over to May's budget, I'm going to change that income number straight away and change it to 6,020.20. I've almost got no room. I got paid so much, you guys. Okay, so I said earlier on that it's really important for us, at least, to budget for a windfall and to make sure that we are really sensible with the money that we got. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be sensible with all the money. So our normal wages, that'll go towards our normal monthly expenses. There's nothing necessarily different in terms of how we're going to plan that. However, the extra 2,670.20, we are going to allocate a job for each of it. we decided as a couple we want to spend quite a large amount on our credit card. We want to move a hefty chunk into sinking funds as well, because we haven't made much movement with those, and this will hopefully start to get the ball rolling with that. And then lastly, because we work so hard, we believe, or I believe, I had to twist his arm, but I do believe that we deserve a treat. We are going to be completely frivolous with this money, but we're going to limit how much money we're frivolous with. So we originally said about 10% of this bonus we want to put onto just fun, just spending. We're going to do about 11%, and we're going to move £300 into frivolity. Then we want to move about 20%, so 18% is going to go to sinking funds, and that is exactly £500. 71% is going to go to the credit card, which is going to be 1,870.20. That is a year changer for us. If you go to my debt conversion video, which I've linked in the cards, I had originally planned for the credit card to be paid off by April 2022. This brings us 8 months closer to our goal, which I could almost cry thinking about it. That's absolutely phenomenal. We are probably going to be credit card free in about 4 months because of this. So the bills are not going to change whatsoever. So what we've budgeted for our bills is exactly the same, because that will come from our normal income. Now, how we pay off our debt will be significantly different. How have I lived my life this far without these? Okay, so in a normal month, what we do is we'd say £900 goes to debt no matter what. So that usually gives us a balance for our credit card to pay off of about £235. When we add that to this amount, that's going to end up being £2,105.10, which is huge. The way we pay off the store card is going to be slightly different as well. So normally we distribute about £35 to the store card, which we're still going to do. However, part of my fun money, what I want to be frivolous with, is I want to buy a printer for 2 reasons. A, I want to get a very good printer to start me on my journey to becoming an Etsy seller and starting to sell some stickers on Etsy. And secondarily, I want one. So the way the store card works is when you buy something that's expensive, you get a certain amount of time with no interest. So about £1,000 of the budget of the store card is on what they call normal credit, and that's at the 29.9% APR. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the printer on that store card and then pay it off immediately. But the way that the card works, it will take it away from the normal credit, and I'll have a new no interest period with the amount. So the printer is going to cost me £165 plus the £35 that we're going to put on there. That makes £200 that we're going to pay off the store card. Let's bear in mind that £35 of that is the normal snowball. So that means that my total debt payoff will be £2,935.20, which is just ginormous. So cash and envelopes is going to slightly change as well because of the way that the fund money works out. And we have added a new category, which is social. As the UK is starting to open up a lot more and we're able to see our friends, and I think even from next week we're actually allowed to go into other people's houses, which for us is just so exciting. Like, we're able to actually have reasonable social lives now. What we found last month is that because we didn't really budget or attribute any money to it, when we got offered to sit in friends' gardens and things like that, we didn't really have the money to buy the petrol to go down there or to buy a picnic to go there. So we almost said no to people because we couldn't really afford it, and we don't want money to ever stop us from doing something and seeing the people that we love. So long ramble over, but It will increase over time as things open up. Like the second that we're allowed to go out to a nightclub, it's all over. The budget for spending one, which is my spending, so I said that I could have £200 of frivolous spending money. So I'm already going to spend 165 on a printer, so that will give me £35 remaining. So my spending one will have the 100 and the 35, which will make 135. Spending two is my boyfriend, so we decided that he would get £150 to do whatever he wants with. So when you add that to his normal spending, that gives him £250, which he wants all in cash. I have no idea what he's going to do with that money. He probably won't spend it knowing him. He's such a goody two-shoes with money. And then moving on to social, we're going to budget £50. So adding all of this up into cash envelopes, this comes up to 855. So let's move over to May's budget. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into detail for sinking funds because my next video is going to be me cash stuffing, and it's going to be, for me personally, it's going to be a huge amount of money. So what I'll do now is I'll share the total amount of what it's going to be, and then in the next video you'll be able to see exactly how I've broken that down. So sinking funds is going to be £540. So now what I'm going to do is what I didn't do last month, is I'm going to add a rollover category. What's remaining is £60.73. Once I add the 5,750, I take away my bills, my debt, my cash envelopes, my sinking funds, my savings, and my rollover. That leaves me with a zero-based budget. Okay guys, gals, non-binary pals, thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. This has been May's budget in my Bauhaus inspired budget. We've planned in my income with real numbers, we have realistic bills, we have a really good debt repayment plan. We are a bit more generous in our cash envelopes. We've added an extra category, which seems really reasonable, and we're going to make a really good start on our sinking funds. And I'm going to have about £60 as a buffer. So a very comfortable month this month. Hopefully, if you have a bonus plan in the future, hopefully you're able to do sensible things with that money, but always remember that you worked really hard for that bonus. So make sure you don't ever forget yourself, because otherwise, what's the point in working that hard? In my next video, we will be cash stuffing £540 plus cash envelopes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do, so you can see how well I've spent this money and how well I'm doing with it. If you have subscribed and you're returning, thank you so much for supporting this video. It makes a huge difference and means a lot to me. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there's some really good news. Because my pay was so big, my student loan repayment was absolutely ginormous as well. And I paid off £497 of my student loan with this paycheck, which is huge. So I think I might need to do another debt confession video because my numbers are a lot different now than they were even a month ago. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell to make sure that you see that as well. Guys, until next week, thank you so much. Bye.